Hey YouTube, Wes here checking in with a Vinyl Survivor episode. I'm just going to do a quick take kind of Vinyl Survivor episode today, sort of just a yay or nay thing. I need to sort of get caught up on some of this stuff. I've been listening to stuff all along, but I haven't been doing Vinyl Survivor episodes, so I have tons of records to talk about. So we're going to get through this first batch of 10 real quick, just yay or nay kind of thing. First one I have here is this compilation of Thelonious Monk titled Monk's Miracles. 67 is the date on this one. Columbia Special Products kind of thing, Columbia Record Club kind of thing. Yeah, I like that one quite a bit. This was my first experience with Thelonious Monk, and yeah, dug it. So that one's staying in the collection. Next thing I have to talk about here is Black Sabbath Sabotage. Of course, a classic here. Dug that, like some Black Sabbath, and keeping this one in the collection as well. Gotta find an upgrade copy to that one, hopefully. All right, next thing we have here is Van Morrison with Inarticulate Speech of the Heart. 1983 is the date on this one, so a later Van Morrison album. Pretty good. Really enjoyed this one. Dug this one quite a bit. Yeah, good and nice. You know, it's Van Morrison. It's very that smooth, sultry, jazzy kind of pop music, and yeah, definitely digging that one. That one is staying in the collection. Next thing we have here, live album by King Crimson titled USA. 75, yeah, 75 is the date on that one. Just sort of some live concert recordings that they did on the road in the U.S. Got Lark's Tongue and Aspic on here, Lament, 21st Century Schizoid Man is the ending one. Not the greatest live recording, actually kind of a poor live recording in my opinion, but it's King Crimson and it's cool to hear them play live. So that one's staying in the collection, but I definitely would recommend their studio albums over that live one. It's not, as I said, the recording is not very good on that one, in my opinion. Very echoey and boomy, and yeah, not good. Next one here is Bob Marley and the Wailers, early music featuring Peter Tosh. So some very early Bob Marley recordings, sort of a compilation of early stuff. He's doing a lot of standards on here. This is not the later Bob Marley. This is not the legend Bob Marley kind of stuff here. A lot more almost soul sounding, soul pop kind of sounds here. Yeah, interesting. Something I picked up at Goodwill, and yeah. Staying in the collection, not necessarily a must-have, in my opinion, just a nice sort of early recording compilation of Bob Marley stuff. All right, next up, this is the Dead Boys with Young, Loud, and Snotty, and yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. It's young, loud, and snotty. Not for me. Very, very loud and screamy and punky, and yeah. I know this is collectible though, so this probably will end up in my Discogs store, but yeah, definitely a thumbs down for me, just not my kind of music. Next thing here, got a Bob Dylan album from the 80s, I believe, 83 again. This is his album Infidels. I like this one a lot. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting much from an 80s Bob Dylan album, but yeah, I like this one a lot. Really good album, so definitely recommend grabbing that one if you see it. And I see this one in dollar bins a lot, and it's a good album. Yeah, definitely dug that one. So that one's a keeper. Here is a classic. It got a lot of hype. I wasn't sure it was going to live up to the hype, but I'll be damned if it didn't live up to the hype. It's Van Morrison's Astral Weeks. Oh, killer album. Wow. You know. If you listen to other Van Morrison albums, this one is just sort of a lost classic. I know a lot of people that are really into music know this one well, but a lot of people who don't necessarily follow music would think that Van Morrison's what is the name of that album? I'll have to put it in the. I can't think of the album right now. This is better. This is awesome. Oh man, this is a killer album. Just beautiful heart-wrenchingly beautiful music here, and yeah, that's killer. So that was a much hyped album in the VC that lived up to the hype for me, and I love it staying in the collection. All right, next up, another live album. This is Donovan in concert. Don't see a date on this one, but it's just Donovan, some Donovan live music. This was a reject for me. I think I rejected it because of noise. I think it's just too noisy of a record. This was a cheap pickup for me somewhere. I don't have a tab on the back telling me where I got it, but I think it was a Goodwill pickup or something like along those lines. Yeah, so I can't say much about this. It's been a while since I listened to it, but it's not sitting in the collection due to condition problems. So probably end up throwing that one out so somebody else doesn't make the same mistake I did. Next up, we got a soundtrack album. This is a soundtrack album to Buck Rogers in the 25th Century from 1979. Yeah, just some cool orchestral sci-fi soundtrack kind of stuff. Definitely dug that one. Very cool soundtrack, and definitely a thumbs up and a keeper for me. And the last one I have to share with you for today is another sort of punky, loud kind of one here from that same collection. This is 999 with High Energy Plan, PVC Records label, and again, just very, very loud and punky and screamy, and just not my cup of tea. So this is another one that'll probably end up in the Discogs store. So yeah, that's going to do it for this new episode of The Vinyl Survivor. Got to get back in the swing of these things. Hope you enjoyed this shortened episode. Sorry I don't have a lot to say about all these albums, but just want to sort of give you an idea of what I liked and what I didn't like. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Please subscribe if you aren't already, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers.